If you're trying to grow healthy, high density type 3 or type 4 hair and don't know where to start, then you stopped by the right video because I have 4 tips that will help you. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, hi, my name is Star. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2, and this is my space where I share parts of my life with you guys. In my last video, I talked about 4 things that I didn't know until I got my breast reduction. And if you guys are interested in breast reduction, check that video out after watching this one. But today I want to talk about hair and healthy, natural, high density type 3 or type 4 hair in particular. I want to speak specifically on this hair because that is the kind of hair that I have, high density, natural type 4 hair. I really don't know what type hair I have, but I do know that it is high density. I want to give you guys some tips that has been helping me grow my natural hair out since I cut it off. And as y'all can see, I'm rocking the bob cut. I'm trying to grow it back out because it was past my neck and I ended up having to cut like 3 inches off a couple days ago. So right now I'm working on getting my hair back healthy and growing it back to past my neck. I'm going to be giving you guys the tips and the things that I've used before and things that I will be using to get back to past neck length hair. So before we get into the tips, I want to give you guys a little background of my natural hair journey. I decided to go natural about 4 years ago. I woke up one morning and I was sick of my relaxed hair. I had to keep getting relaxers. It wasn't as healthy as I wanted to be. It wasn't thick, and I was just really unhappy with the state of my hair. Woke up, I went to the bathroom, I took some scissors and I cut my hair off. I've always had very long hair, but with it being relaxed, it wasn't as thick as I wanted it to be. When I cut it off, I decided that I was just gonna start over and try to get it back to the length that it was. I chopped so much hair off that I didn't have an inch of hair on my head. I still had hair on my head, but it wasn't even an inch of hair on my head. But now I'm glad that I did get rid of the relaxed hair because it's easier for me to do certain hairstyles on my hair, and I love how much thicker my hair is compared to my relaxed hair. In between the time of me cutting it off till now, I cut my hair off again. I did another big chop. It wasn't as short as it was the first time, but it was pretty short. It's just now growing back from that. I cut my hair off 3 days ago. I had to cut 3 inches off because I wasn't doing the things that I'm going to be teaching you guys to do in this video. Even though I knew I should have, I wasn't doing it. So I thought that this would be a great time for me to show you guys things to do for your natural hair if you want to see health and growth. Pre-tip that I would give you guys before getting into the other tips: it is important to understand what kind of hair you have. For me, I have high density but low porosity hair. What that means is I have a lot of hair follicles, meaning my hair is extremely thick from top to bottom, but it takes a lot more moisture for me to make sure my hair is healthy. So compared to other people who may not need a lot of water or oils on their hair because their hair takes well to water and oils, I need more because my hair doesn't absorb oils and water as much and as fast. So understanding what kind of hair you have goes into my tip number 1 for growing healthy, high density, natural hair. And that is maintaining your hair the way it needs to be maintained. So what I mean by that is make sure that you are properly taking care of your hair. Wash your hair when it needs to be washed. I am a clean hair grows girly. I don't believe in the dirty hair grows, but if that works for you, that works for you. Maintaining my hair means that my hair is clean. I wash it at least once a month, but I'm not leaving it dirty. When I notice that it needs to be washed, I'm washing it. Maintaining it also means figuring out what products work best for your hair, like shampoos, conditioners, and oils and other things. So for me, the kind of shampoo and conditioner I use and I feel like works best on my hair is the Suave conditioner and shampoo. And I've been using that for a long time, but it works really good on my hair, as you guys can see. That's the shampoo I use. If you don't want to use that, figure out what kind of shampoo you would like to use that works best for you, but I like it because it works well, doesn't cost a lot of money. I shampoo it twice to make sure I'm getting all of the dirt and the oil that need to be out of my hair. And then I condition it twice and I rinse it out. Once I rinse it out, before blow drying it, I put oils in my hair. Oils that I use in my hair are black castor oil and argan oil. Since my hair is low porosity, it needs more moisture, and that's what I decided to use for my hair, and it works for me. After I put that in my hair, I'll blow dry my hair, and if I'm gonna straighten my hair, I put oil on my hair again before I straighten it. The oil that I use on my hair normally when straightening is oil sheen, and that works well. I'll take small parts of my hair and spray the oil sheen on there, and then I'll straighten it. It's been giving it the moisture that it needs. So after understanding what type of hair you have, understand how to maintain your hair properly. That's the first thing that you need to get set. The second tip that I would like to give you guys is to make sure that you're protecting your hair, even if it's in protective hairstyles. Some common protective hairstyles are braids and twists, but where a lot of people get it wrong is they think that the braids and the twist is all you need and you can just do whatever without making sure that you're protecting the braids and twists while you have them in your head. I don't think that protective hairstyles cause damage, but that doesn't exclude you from getting damage if you're not doing what you need to do to protect your hair while it's in the protective hairstyles. I would suggest you use bonnets, silk sheets, silk pillow covers. If you don't want to use the silk sheets or silk pillow covers, then just get a silk bonnet and call it a day to make sure that you are not putting any unnecessary friction on your hair. So if you're a wild sleeper like me, you're definitely gonna need to have some silk protection going on. Even if you do have the protective hairstyle, you still need to have some kind of protection. Make sure you're using bonnets or anything that will prevent a lot of friction on your hair, especially at night when you're asleep. Protecting your hair will help with length retention. What also helps with length retention, which goes into tip number 3, is prioritizing health over length. If you are like me and you wear protective hairstyles without protecting it, meaning you lay down without putting anything over it, you don't have any like silk coverings over your bed or anything like that, and you're just a wild sleeper, or you're putting a lot of friction on your hair will be damaged. It will grow, but it will be damaged. And if you decide to keep that damaged hair, your hair will grow, but it's gonna have to go. So the length that you work so hard to get is gonna have to go regardless. I know it hurts to have to get rid of that long hair, especially when you got hang time, but if the hang time is bad, it's gotta go. Prioritize health over the length of your hair. And prioritizing the health means that you have to do step number 4, which is the last step, and that is making sure you are trimming your ends when you need to trim your ends. Trimming your ends regularly. Some people say it's good to trim your ends every 6 to 8 weeks. Other people like to trim their ends every month. It all depends on your preference and how healthy or damaged your hair is. So I don't really know how I'm gonna decide to trim my ends, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do it every 6 to 8 weeks instead of every month, because the cut that I did a couple days ago took most of the dead ends and split ends off. But I have to make sure that I'm doing it every 6 to 8 weeks regardless of the length, because if not, it's gonna go up and you're gonna have to cut even more off. So in order to prioritize health over length, you have to make sure that you are trimming your ends so that you can eventually get to the length that you want. Those are the things that I'm going to be using, that has worked for me in the past, that I'm going to be using to grow my hair back out. Right now we're rocking the bob, the Edna cut, until it grows out a little bit more. I was gonna put braids in it, but I really need to focus on getting my hair back healthy and making sure that I moisturize my hair properly. So use these tips as I'm going to be using these tips. But that is all I have for today's video. Those were my tips for growing healthy, natural, high density, type 3, type 4, low porosity hair. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the growth and how much my hair grows as I use these tips. And if I decide to do anything differently, I'll update you guys on that as well. But that is all for today's video. Hopefully you found it informational. Sorry y'all, I coughed. Got something stuck in my throat and I coughed. But yes, that's all for today's video. Hopefully you found it informational. Hopefully you use these tips. And yeah, that's all I want to talk about for this topic today. And as you guys can see, my hair is very healthy and very thick. So I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. I'm not a hairstylist, but I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Definitely got to make sure I trim my ends and protect my hair as needed though. But yeah, that's all. Have a great day. Come back and see me for more. Until next time, bye.